Hey guys, today I'm going to teach you how to make really beautiful progressions around a very simple organizing principle. Stuff that can sound like this. What if I told you that there's something amazingly simple here? Let me prove it. The first principle is I'm in C major, and I've given myself a single constraint before I start creating or improvising, just making up these melodies. You can too. I've decided that my bass note needs to descend every bar. Like that. And so on. And the interesting thing is how I fill out the harmony. Okay, so if I'm on C, this beautiful C9 chord. Now, my simple principle is when the bass ascends, it always has to be a 1, 3, 5, or 7 of the chord. And I'm only using my scale degrees, C major on C. These are the scale degrees. C major 7, D minor 7, E minor 7, F major 7, G7, A minor 7, and B half diminished. And they're secondary dominants, which mean all the chords that are not diatonic but resolve to diatonic chords. So that adds to me, I'm adding A7, which can resolve to D minor. I'm adding B7, which can resolve to E minor. I'm adding C7 that can resolve to F major 7. I'm adding D7, can resolve to G7, and E7 that can resolve to A minor 7. Okay, so these are just the dominants that go up a fourth to land into secondary dominants. But the beautiful thing is that I'm using inversions. And with inversions, I can really connect my bass line as follows. So I'll start on C. Now, when I'm here, on the B note, I'll play a G in inversion, the fifth. And here's another thing I really like. Now I'm going to descend to B flat. But what I'll do is I'll play a C7 chord, which is really in third inversion, which is really we call it the 5 of the 4, the chord that resolves to F major 7. So I have C, G over B, C7 over B flat. And I'm resolving to the F, again with the third in the bass. So let me do this part really slowly. C9, G over B, C7 over B flat, and F over A. And here I'm going to do something that I really like. When I'm over on the G sharp or the A flat, I'm going to imagine what we call subdominant minor. I was going to imagine instead of playing a D minor 7, I'll play a slight adjustment to it, a D half diminished, which is a romantic, beautiful replacement for your normal subdominants, just a bit more mellow instead of that's D half diminished. And when I resolve to G in my bass, I'm going to play C over G for that finality sound. Let me run that by you. Okay? The melody can be anything. I feel like I can't go wrong inside the progression. And for the D, I'm going to do something special. I'm going to play it as a D7, but I'm going to throw in a weird little beautiful surprise. I'm going to play D major 7 for a sec and resolve it to the G7 with over F just for a moment of additional special tension, extra brightness of that D major 7. Like that. So now I have this. Okay, and now let's continue. So after I go to my G7 here, which is really an open G over a C, let me move the fretboard just a little bit so you can see it a little better. Just like that, hopefully. Okay, there, I hope you can see it now. So moving on, now I'm back on C. See, I was on F, and my bass note needs to go to E. I'm using it as an first inversion of C major 7. Doing this crazy voicing, this is a drop 2. A beautiful C in first inversion. Now I'm going to do something kind of special. My next note is D sharp, but I'm going to use it as a secondary dominant. We have in the C major scale, B7 is a chord that resolves to E minor, right? That's the dominant that resolves to your third scale degree. So I'm going to play B7 in first inversion. And of course, B7 needs to resolve to E minor 7 in third inversion. And from there, I'm going to go to A7. So let me repeat this part. C, B7, resolves to E minor. And after the E minor going to A7, which is the 5 of 2, A7 wants to go up a fourth to D minor. D minor, and then I'm going to G7. Sorry. This is my G7. And then I'll stop. I'll just return to C. So let me run by that second line. C, B7, E minor, D minor 7, G7, resolve. Okay, so now I have like a first part of a song. Okay, so the only principle was I harmonized a descending bass note freely. And I only used the scale degrees and the secondary dominants that resolve to them. A7 to D minor, B7 to E minor, C7 to F, and D7 to G, and E7 to A minor. Okay, now let's do something fun. For the bridge, if the tension is resolving down, let's go up on the bridge. So my bridge can be bass notes. Organizing principle, just ascend by a half a step. What's that about? That's also cool and fun. So starting on C, that's A7 or A7 flat 9. Okay, that's 5 of 2 again. Resolves to D minor. The sentence, more tension. That's B7 flat 9. This is real B7, this is flat 9. Doubled. It's also E sharp diminished chord. Resolves to C. Now check this out. This is really fun. I'm going to do that romantic D half diminished again. Like this. That's F minor 6 or D half diminished. Going to D7, 5 of 2. then I heighten my tension on the G7. Okay, let me repeat that. C, D half diminished, D7. Okay, so see, it's all about creating motion. I'm only using two simple ideas, the chromatic bass line, which can be 1, 3, 5, or 7, and a diatonic set of chords that are either with a bass in the 1, 3, 5 of 7. For this lesson, I would suggest I'll add videos for learning drop 2, so you're really good with these inversions. So you really know how to play them. I'll do that in a separate video. But once you have like seventh chords and inversions in the bass, you can have so much fun. Okay, so now let me play the complete thing for fun, and I hope this inspires you to do your own stuff. Bridge. Okay, you could do so much with this. You could do a minor variation of this. Okay, there's so much to do. Bottom line, learn your diatonic seventh chords, all the dominant, secondary dominants, and connect them with a bass that only is allowed to descend by a half step or ascend by a half step. Okay, it's a lot of fun doing this. So I sincerely hope this inspires you. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye-bye.